Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GWA Main Event. I'm Kip Carter, and we got a change of plans here. Supposed to be hearing from our GWA World Champion Money Mike, but he's no-showed the event here tonight, claiming a lack of competition. So we found two guys in the back ready to fight, and I'll be back after the entrances to call the action.
Let's get this money and smoke some weed, buddy. Let's get this money and smoke some weed, buddy. Let's get this money and smoke some weed, buddy. Let's get this money and smoke some weed, buddy. Wake up. Trying to get to the paper. My boys all in town, so we rolling up the flavors. Backwoods, green bags, who can make it fatter? So many pretty girls, it don't even matter. Country girl, city girl, and the island ones. Little bitty waist with some big old buns. She said she only rolling if the weed is from Cali, but I'll change her mind with the sack of my finest. Then it's a roll-up session. After we smoke, we got the same expression.
Alright folks, Kip Carter back at you. And like I was saying at the top of the show, this match was not scheduled to take place here tonight. Our GWA World Champion, Money Mike, was supposed to open up the show here tonight and speak about the different talents he saw on display in the first week of GWA. And the Money mentioned in his email here, I have the memo, as Rig and Sid Cyrus go at it. I'll try to get to that match as soon as possible, but very important information to pass by here. The GWA World Champion Money Mike stated he did see some very, very interesting competitors on the first episode of Main Event. Most of them won their matches and are already booked in competition at Global Warning. He stated although he did see some impressive, interesting talents, he named off a few here. The Bad Mother Trucker Jerry James, Wheezy, Sergeant Slav, Stunning Sean Franklin, Tommy Prime. And he said, despite all those talents looking impressive, they're all 0-1 right now. And he can't see him defending his championship against someone that doesn't truly deserve it. So, the champ says maybe he'll show up on GWA World Tour and find a challenger there. So we had to think on a real quick stop here. And of course Rig, a member of the Buddies, we seen his faction members, the Buddies, last week on World Tour defeat the Lift Legends and punch their ticket to GWA Global Warning to compete for the tag team titles in that Tag Wars match. And Rig, he's always somewhere in the back. You can catch him taking weed naps. Always helps set up the equipment, set up the ring. Tremendous work ethic. He just needs a lot of nap time and munchies. A lot of people are familiar with Rig. He's made his way around the indie scene as part of the Buddies. Very interesting faction, very talented. And his opponent here tonight is a virtual unknown. He's had opportunities in many of the indie companies, was referred to as a cancer in the locker room, has been fired almost every single place he's ever had a job. But when he came here begging, he offered to work for free. And well, T.W. Sinclair couldn't turn down free labor, especially when it comes with a liability waiver. So he gave the kid a chance. Cyrus has been here week in and week out. The only week we've had, but he was at all 3 shows last week, helped set up the ring and take down the ring and haul the ring and all that good stuff. So when these bonus matches come up, opportunity comes knocking, you gotta take it. Cyrus was supposed to make his debut this past week on GWA In Your House, but due to travel complications by his opponent, Ibaraki Doji, this big giant 7-foot Japanese demon thing, I don't think we found a translator quite yet that can speak Japanese demon, so things didn't work out. We had to cancel that match, and that's why Sid Cyrus was considered here for this opportunity to get some screen time, get some ring time against a veteran like Reed. This match has been competitive so far, back and forth. It may not have been on the card, but these two are delivering to open the show here tonight. And what is Sid Cyrus looking for? Oh! Goes for the cover, too. And Sid Cyrus almost injected a virus into Rig. I don't care how much weed you smoke, it's not going to help your immune system from everything. Nice move there by Rig, able to fight back. Rig has the size advantage here. And the strength advantage. Cyrus has the tattoo advantage and the freaky hair advantage. This Cyrus has a mean streak, and he's definitely taking it out here on Rig, working on the leg, trying to slow Rig down, and if Rig don't figure out something quick, his next weeding out may be right here in the middle of the ring. Sid Cyrus has that submission locked in, and Rig able to fight out. Incredible opening match here despite it not being scheduled. Thrown together real quick last minute. And sometimes that's when you get your best matches in professional wrestling. Nice dodge there by Rig. Both of these men members of the hardcore division right here on GWA Main Event. No rules in this match. Everything is legal, and who knows, an impressive enough showing here tonight could earn one of these guys a future shot at the GWA Hardcore Championship. Currently held by Devious Douglas, who will defend that title later on here tonight. Not sure who his opponent is. It just says question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh, and a big move there. The injection by Sid Cyrus, and the virus has overcame Rig in this one. Impressive match. And that's the way to make a name for yourself Great GWA debut for both men. But in the end, it's that man, the freaky dude with the double mohawk, the elegant mustache, and the colorful graffiti work. Sid Cyrus gets it done in his debut here. Don't go anywhere. We got more GWA action coming up next.
Z100, the Morning Zoo, Scott Shannon, Ross Britton. And Scott, it's going to be a rotten day. Z100 hot rockin' flamethrower. Hot hits. Fewer commercials.
Z100 Shadow Traffic reporting a two-truck collision on the LIE.
Go ahead, make my day.
I'm sick of in the town.
Z100, it takes a knockin' and keeps on rockin'.
Oh, yeah!
All right, folks, Kip Carter back at you live here on GWA Main Event. Things are finally back on track, back on schedule, and we have our third of 4 Tag Wars qualifiers. It's going to be the Wrecking Crew, Crash, and Detour taking on the Psycho Ward, Crazy Nick and Psycho Charlie. We have that one coming up next. I'll be back after the entrances to call the action.
I'm in the way, the key to the gate, my fists in the bay, my eye on the waist, I keep the guitar strings, rusty, got some wet lace, musty, my sister's a killer, bury me in the basement, must be another crew, get in the red while I'm breaking the rules, I got the Wrecking Crew, man, I got the Wrecking Crew. Tell you something, it's a pretty face, get in your pretty face, get it? My words be blacker than the ace of spades, man, I'm talking darker than the faded Dave, and I be all up in your basement, finding my way, baby girl,
the Psycho Ward with the insane reign. Psycho Charlie, the clown with a twisted brain. Batshit crazy with a grin so wide. Killing for the doctor, a master and guide. Psycho Charlie, murderous clown. Doing the doctor's bidding, tearing the town down. With Crazy Nick and Madman Manson, we're a deadly crew. Psycho Ward, horrors waiting for you. The doctor's scalpel carved out our minds, controlled by his will, our souls left behind. We commit his atrocities with a twisted delight. Psycho Charlie leading the way into the darkness of night.
All right, and here we go. Tag team action is set to get underway. It's Crazy Nick starting off for the Psycho Ward here against Crash for the Wrecking Crew. We'll have to check into the rule book and see if that helmet is legal there by Crash, but I guess you would have to say the same thing about those masks that the Psycho Ward are wearing, so I guess all is fair in love and wrestling. Oh, and Crash showing off some skills here. Almost reminds me of some of those talents that you don't expect to pull off some pretty good shit in the ring, like Spike Dudley, Mikey Whipwreck, names like that, Jamie Noble, but pretty interesting nonetheless. Doing a good job against a well-established team in the E-Fed world. The Psycho Ward, Crazy Nick, and Psycho Charlie. I mentioned at the beginning of the segment that this is our third of 4 Tag Wars qualifiers. Last week on main event, we had our first qualifier that saw Dollars and Diamonds, Dante Dollar and Drake Diamond, qualify for Tag Wars by defeating the Varsity Villains Stump and Bobby D. Then on GWA World Tour, we had our second Tag Wars qualifier last week that featured the Buddies defeating the Lift Legends. We saw Dank and Dab of the Buddies, Mervyn, Frederick, and Dunbar, the Lift Legends, weren't able to overcome the Buddies with all their strength and power. It just wasn't enough, and the Buddies secured that second spot. This here is our third of 4. We're going to see either the Psycho War or the Wrecking Crew advance here. And then, of course, we'll have our final qualifier on our next show, GWA World Tour. And I believe I got that in my notes here somewhere. We may actually find out who is competing in that match. Looks like the Machiavelli Mob, Smokey 187, and Big Scar going to be facing the Bootleggers, the Mass Moonshiner, and Mercenary. And that should be a good match as well, coming up on GWA World Tour, our next show. And we'll get back to this one right now. Great tag team action. You have this interesting old school feel to this team, the Wrecking Crew. Crash and Detour, polar opposites, just like the name says. I mean, detours are usually meant to avoid crashes, and then you have Crash, who is what they're meant to avoid, and their in-ring styles match their names. You see there, the massive man known as Detour. He has that black and yellow, kind of like caution tape attire going on there. And then, of course, you have the Daredevil stuntman, Evil Knievel type guy there in Crash, I believe that's his name. And then, of course, you have tag team legends like the Psycho Ward, Crazy Nick, and Psycho Charlie. And you might wonder how such a great legendary tag team got signed here to GWA. Well, that's because they're wanted for murder in literally every state and every country across the globe. But, I mean, they somehow always manage to escape their fate. I mean, they've been sentenced to death multiple times, electrocuted, stabbed, firing squad, hung. You name it, they've had it. But their alliance, their servitude towards this evil master manipulator known as the Dr. Christian Gonzalez, who is also rumored to be signed here in GWA. I'm told he's supposed to make his debut at Global Warning, and I feel sorry for whoever he has to face. What's that? Oh, I'm getting word from the back now. The Doctor is indeed scheduled to make his debut at GWA Global Warning. And as you know, if you follow the social media of Global Wrestling Alliance, the Doctor wasn't too pleased about the signing of TD Fox, the player coach, a very talented individual. And apparently, TD Fox didn't like all the words and jabbing that the Doctor had to say, so That is who Christian Gonzalez is going to make his debut against. At Global Warning, you heard it here, folks. It's official. Now back to this match. Psycho Charlie making the tag to Crazy Nick, taking down Detour with the drop kick. Crazy Nick, an incredible talent. And then Psycho Charlie just meshed. They have teamed together for years. And they have left many bodies in their wake. But I'm telling you, GWA is a level playing field for all talent. We've already seen upsets and new, never before seen faces pull off some phenomenal stuff already here in GWA. And that is something that is going to continue. That is a trend that is going to continue as we look to try to get the entire roster booked fairly evenly. Think of it like an NBA basketball season. You can't really get everybody booked perfectly even. You're going to have certain things. What the fuck was that? Big move there from Crash, but I don't think it hit as intended. I think he crash landed as Crazy Nick tries to take control. But you're going to have champions. You're going to have different situations where people get booked a little more than others by earning that. Crazy Nick stalking his prey here. But for the most part, you're not going to see one guy that's been booked 20 more times than the next guy. There's not going to be that big of a curve. Try to keep it like 5 to 10 if we can. That way all talent get their chance to showcase. And of course, if they're not drawing, if people don't seem interested, if the booking crew runs out of stuff to do with them, what the hell was that? Touch of death from Psycho Charlie, and that's it. And that may be the quickest tag team match I've ever called. Incredible move there. At the end, Psycho Charlie able to take his opponent down and crash landed all the way to the mat for the finish. And the Psycho Wars are going to Tag Wars. And we just have one more qualifier left on GWA World Tour. And we'll know who all the competitors are in Tag Wars. More action coming up next.
Hi, how are you? We're in Piper's Pit, and I can't believe it. I'm sitting here with the greatest wrestling manager of all time, Captain Lou Albano. And Captain, I ain't never had nobody make no phone calls. What you doing, man? Who you talking to? The president? What you doing? Ooh, I can't hear you.
Roddy with the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Action Hotline. Listening right here, talking about Roddy Piper.
Who?
Now, they're talking about Captain Lou Albano. They're talking about the Samoans.
Wait a second. What's the number? What's the number? Let me call the number.
And we're back. Later this week, GWA In Your House is going to be taken over by the main event and World Tour rosters as part of the Go Home show before GWA Global Warning. So we're going to feature a couple of talents here in a submission match. I'll be back after the entrances to call the action. Alright, and we're back ready for a submission match here. These two in-your-house talents getting the time to shine on the big brands. It's only fair. I mean, they are going to have the regional championship taking place at In Your House this week as Anubis Wolf challenges the newly crowned champion Justin Grimm. But other than that, it's going to be all main event and world tour talents. We're trying to really pack that building in there. Not saying our regional house talents can't do that, but they still got a ways to go. They were deemed, you know, needing time to develop, needing time to grow. But I mean, In Your House was awesome. If you tuned in last week, amazing show. We saw Anubis Wolf defeat Daniel Dino, and then an impressive 20-man rumble to crown the first ever GWA regional champion, won by Justin Grimm. And that roster looked incredible. We seen both of these men in that rumble match, and both men did pretty good. Getting their chance to shine here in singles action. And Colt Toombs, you can tell by the kilt, the bagpipes, the kid is another member of a long line of proud Scottish heritage in the wrestling business. And then Chris Oxtrasser, he is actually a high school and collegiate wrestler. You know, the Olympic style wrestling. Pretty interesting story. He was actually a star football player. He ended up having an injury that prevented him from ever being able to play football again. But he explored with the doctors and coaches in different sports of a way he could still be competitive, and wrestling ended up being it. By the time he was cleared to return to football, he didn't even care about playing the sport anymore. He was hooked on wrestling and has been ever since. And now he's looking to enter the world of professional wrestling. Colt Toombs has a legendary background and history in the indie scene, and of course comes from proud heritage. Both of these kids got wrestling in their blood. It's just different styles of wrestling, but it's still the same art form, just used differently. Two different styles of wrestling, two dedications to those styles being on display here. And Colt Toombs with the eye rake. And he's got the big man wobbly here. Oh, has that sleeper hold locked in, shades of our late great Roddy Piper. And that's all she wrote for Chris Oxtrasser, the big man, is going to have to take a nap. Colt Toombs victorious. I'll tell you what, both of these guys, they didn't really go very long here tonight, but they didn't need very long. Gotta love it. Straight to business, straight to the point. They tore into each other. Colt Toombs just sought the right opportunity, the right moment, picked his shot, and put the big man to sleep for the victory. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of great things from Colt Toombs here in the Global Wrestling Alliance. Hardcore Championship action up next.
With wrestling superstars, it's like having a real match right in your own home. There's Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
the Iron Sheik. Hulk Hogan and Big John Studd. And now you can fly them and flip them in the Sling 'em, Fling 'em Wrestling Ring. Wrestling superstars and new wrestling ring, each sold separately from LJN.
And we're back. Kip Carter here live in Portland at GWA Main Event. And up next, the hardcore champion, Devious Douglas, will defend his title against a mystery opponent. Even I don't know who it is, and they tell me everything. I'll be back after the entrances to call the action.
I'm down a clown.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. A damn clown? Did you just see his name tag? It just said Captain Ass Clown. Yeah. Oh, trust me, we're gonna party. It's gonna be all kind of shit going down tonight. I just got a couple more matches to call. No, what do you mean? I'm not on the air right now. I'm muting my mic. Some fat fucking clown named Ass Clown is out here making an entrance. Oh, fuck!
All the ladies gather around. I take each one of them to Pound Town. All your boyfriends and husbands, don't you hate? There are plenty of clown babies to be made. 'Cause I'm down to clown. I don't fuck.
And there you see it, folks, that beautiful GWA Hardcore Championship on the line here tonight. I do want to apologize. We were having some technical difficulties here in the commentary box. Some idiot named Cooter was messing with my microphone. No disrespect was meant towards this competitor here tonight. Captain Ass Clown challenging Devious Douglas for the GWA Hardcore Championship. And I have to say, I think the odds are in favor of the champion here tonight. And that's not just because he's fighting a clown named Captain Ass Clown, but I mean, we're also in Devious Douglas's hometown. The GWA Hardcore Champion is here in Portland tonight in front of his people in his first title defense after an epic performance last week. He was even voted the Global Gazette's Talent of the Week last week. So needless to say, momentum is on Devious Douglas' side here tonight. But coming out of the gate hot, Captain Ass Clown launching a brutal attack here early. And this clown has a point to prove. I mean, clowns are so outdated. I mean, do people even go to carnivals and circus anymore? But I can understand the appeal of a clown, I guess. I don't even like saying the word. I understand the appeal of a clown, I guess, if you're trying to be appealing to the children. A fun little character that comes to the ring in his tiny car, trips over his big floppy shoes and makes balloon animals and uses pranks and stuff to beat his opponents. That's cool. Yeah, I get it. But this clown is not exactly suitable for children, for work, for public. I mean, did you hear the lyrics to his entrance music? This is definitely not a guy you want representing your company. But Captain Ass Clown is here to prove a point. I mean, it is the hardcore division, so you expect almost any and everything here in GWA in the hardcore division. I mean, we did just see a werewolf face a dinosaur on In Your House. I mean, anything's possible. And I'm a little surprised. I figured Devious Douglas would come out of the gate a little hotter. He doesn't need to underestimate this clown. I mean, every GWA talent had to go through a brutal series of tests to get signed here. And anybody that went through those tests, well, they're more man than Kip Carter. You can't underestimate any talent here on the GWA roster. And Devious Douglas learned that pretty early in this one. And I thought he learned his lesson. He was turning things around, but he turned his back to Captain Ass Clown. He couldn't get his grip on the steel steps. Ass Clown trying to take advantage here. I better not get fined for saying this guy's name. You told me I can't cuss on Main Event. You said, cuss all you want on World Tour. Cuss all you want on In Your House. But you can't cuss on Main Event. Well, the guy's name literally has a fucking cuss word in it. So what do you people expect me to do? And Captain Ass Clown is really taking the fight to the champion here. Devious is going to have to figure something out here. Bringing out the hardcore element. And those steps, they do a lot of damage, but they're also heavy and they take a lot of energy and a lot of time, a lot of effort to move around. I don't really see what the purpose is that Devious Douglas has going on here, but the way those steps are positioned, somebody's going to get hurt. Devious already hurt, got a face full of ring posts, busted wide open here. And I think the champ is realizing now he's going to have to step his game up quick. Trying to tear the face off of this clown. You know that's paint, right? You can't claw a mask off that's not there, Devious. But, I mean, the guy did just drop you on your head, so if you want to claw his face off, go for it. Just a brutal attack. And I think the most surprising thing about Captain Ass Clown is that the guy can actually wrestle. Devious Douglas has his hands full, and the Devious One is trying to figure out a way to put this clown down for good. And that might take just a little bit of wood, is what the Devious One's thinking here, but Captain Ass Clown has other things in mind. Launching a brutal assault once again on the champion. Devious misses with that clothesline, sidesteps, hooks him. Oh! That was a good one. I don't even know what we call that move. Modified neck breaker, maybe there by Devious Douglas. Devious with the chair, but Captain Ass Clown was waiting, drop kicked the chair right into the face of the champion, and Devious barely able to kick out there at 2. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, this match has already been way better than I expected. And I don't know, I'm slowly becoming a fan of Captain Ass Clown. This guy can fight. He's a big dude. He doesn't look like he's in the best shape. It's hard to tell with that clown suit. He looks absolutely ridiculous, but I mean, this guy can fight. Captain Ass Clown headed to the top rope. Could be looking for a whoopee cushion there. And Devious Douglas is down and out. This could be it. 2, new champion, no. Devious Douglas able to kick out. Quickly snapping back to reality. Deviator by Devious Douglas goes for the cover. 1, 2. I said Deviator. It's actually the Devious Driver. He's got another move called the Devastation, and I get them all confused, but Devious Douglas could be looking to fall from grace here. Beautiful missile drop kick to picture perfect perfection. Devious with the sledgehammer now, but gets the taste slapped right out of his mouth before he has an opportunity to use it. Captain Ass Clown is ready to fight here tonight. Back and forth action. This match is picking up, and this is exactly what you expect from a GWA Hardcore Championship match. There's tables, there's ladders, there's steel steps, there's sledgehammers. Devious Douglas is doing a flying cannonball outside of the ring. And the champ is ready now. Unleashing, unloading. And this is how you retain your title, champ. The crowd is behind Devious Douglas, but somehow Captain Ass Clown keeps summoning the strength, summoning the will to fight back here. And I'm not really sure who this clown is or where this clown comes from, but one thing is for absolute certain. This clown wants to walk out of here with the GWA Hardcore title here tonight. And Devious Douglas be damned if that's gonna happen. Devious showing Captain Ass Clown why he is the GWA Hardcore Champion. He fought a brutal match last week against Monsters, against Wheezy, against the Dragon, and he still came out on top. And now, this damn big ass clown is giving the champ a run for his money. Atomic drop. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of those. Devious Douglas again showing off the athleticism. Springboard tornado DDT. Devious has that chair set up looking for something devastating. Counter by Captain Ascalon. Throws Devious in the corner, catches him, big splash. And the champ is in trouble here. What is Captain Assclown doing here? Looking for a little worm action. Oh! Finished off with a big elbow. Devious is in trouble, and we have a new champion. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We just had an upset here on GWA Main Event. In his debut, Captain Assclown has shocked the world and is your new GWA Hardcore Champion. And this is not how anyone expected this to play out, and I can tell you, the GWA owner, T.W. Sinclair, is not happy. He's calling for an emergency meeting. We're going to have to cut the commercial break here. I'm going to try to find out more details. Congratulations, Captain Assclown, I guess. We'll have more coming up next.
Fuse has been lit for explosive action. USA has packed your Tuesday nights with the superstars of wrestling. It's Tuesday Night Titans Wrestling TNT. Featuring the heroes, the villains, the glamour, the glory. Tuesday Night Titans Wrestling TNT. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on USA. It's dynamite.